Markets in from half to up to 1% up. I'm Darren, and this is 3 Things for Tuesday, June the 18th. Aided by American tax dollars via the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, the IRS is saying it has a new initiative to collect $50 billion over 10 years. Even so, that is a mere drop in the bucket to our national debt. The initiative is centered around what is called basis shifting, where an entity will move money from one property to another to avoid taxes. There are accusations that a senior Adidas manager received millions in euros and real estate from its suppliers in China. Adidas is doing an internal investigation and no names have been mentioned. The U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy thinks social media platforms need a warning label similar to what cigarettes have, so that parents may heed its caution. Last year, he urged that parents set time limits on phone usage. Good thoughts, but I'm not sure how effective they've been. Trade while you're sleeping across time zones with Arbitrage Trade Assist. Sign up today at arbitragetrade.com. Arbitrage Trade is your trusted source for business, finance, and tech info.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Juneteenth, a celebration of freedom and reflection. Juneteenth, celebrated on June 19th each year, celebrates a pivotal moment in American history, the emancipation of the last remaining enslaved African Americans in the Confederacy. It is sometimes called America's Second Independence Day. The day is imbued with both historical significance and contemporary relevance, serving as a time for celebration, reflection, and education. The roots of Juneteenth trace back to the final months of the Civil War and the broader context of slavery in the United States. On September 22, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln announced that the Emancipation Proclamation would go into effect on January 1, 1863, declaring that all slaves in Confederate states should be freed. However, the proclamation could not be enforced in many places until the end of the Civil War. Juneteenth specifically commemorates June 19, 1865, when Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas to enforce the emancipation of all slaves in the state. Initially, Juneteenth celebrations began in Texas in 1866 and involved community events such as parades, cookouts, prayer gatherings, musical performances, and readings of the Emancipation Proclamation. As African Americans migrated from Texas to other parts of the United States, they carried the Juneteenth celebrations with them. In the 1920s and 30s, the celebration became more commercialized, often centering on a food festival. Over the decades since, Juneteenth has evolved to become a national day of pride and activism, acknowledging the struggles and achievements of African Americans. More recently, Juneteenth has gained even greater prominence and recognition. Amidst the civil rights movements, and particularly following the global protest against racial injustice in 2020, there's been a renewed focus on Juneteenth as a symbol of liberation and justice. This has led to increased educational efforts, community action, and legislative changes. In 2021, Juneteenth was officially recognized as a federal holiday, signifying a major step in acknowledging the historical injustices of slavery and the ongoing struggle against racial inequality. Juneteenth is not just a historical marker, it is a reflection on the harsh history of slavery and a celebration of freedom and resilience. It is a continuous reminder of the fight for civil rights and the ongoing efforts needed to achieve racial equity. By engaging with this day, we can all contribute to a more inclusive and just society. Stop watching, start living using PIPS, our AI bot. Go to arbitragetrade.com and check out Arbitrage Trade Assist.
I had a pretty normal mom life. Everything was pretty good.
And we just had a new baby, and then all of a sudden she's on life support and fighting for her life.
They told me my only chance was a heart transplant.
And the American Heart Association helped make that possible. Their research helped save me.
To learn more about how the American Heart Association is saving lives, go to helpheart.org.
PIPS Pick of the Day. Arbitrage algorithms have detected a possible uptrend for RF Industries Limited, that's RFIL, and they are headquartered in California. They design, manufacture, and market interconnect products and systems, including coaxial and specialty cables, fiber optic cables, and connectors, and electrical and electronic specialty cables. Their current price is $3.42, 52-week high of $4.39, and a 52-week low of $2.51. We are not financial advisors. We provide an algorithmic AI bot service. Please do your own research. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is a privately held research company. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is solely responsible for the preparation and distribution of the contents of this podcast. The opinions offered in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to function as investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. For more information about the informational research and services offered by Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC, please visit arbitragetrade.com.